Here on the Professional Edge, we're going to transform what you've actually been doing, or at least that's the goal or objective of this session. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. I appreciate you listening and appreciate your time in tuning in to try and transform what you've actually been doing. Now, on your financial side, being a tax attorney, a CPA, certified financial planner, let's transform what you're doing on your portfolio management. Number one, when was the last time that you sat down, objectively looked at all your investments, and analyzed exactly what your risk is and your risk tolerance and see if it makes financial sense on what you're actually allocated to? Because 90% of your portfolio return is based on your asset allocation. And within there may be a lot of overlap because now being exposed, there is concentration risk. And what do I mean by concentration risk? Well, if you're familiar with the name of Tesla and you're familiar with the name of Microsoft, to give two, they are overweighted in the performance of the S&P 500 index. Now, a lot of you may say, and it's actually concentrated in 5 companies. So if those 5 companies were not pulling this sled of the S&P 500 index as hard as they have been pulling it, then we would not have the performance in the S&P. It is all concentrated. So that means it's concentrated risk on your portfolio. So when have you actually done an independent analysis on your portfolio? And you may say, you know what, I'm diversified. I have 17 different mutual funds. Well, what we do at estate management counselors is we transform your thinking and make a dramatic change to that. So what we do is actually take back the first layer of that mutual fund, because inside a mutual fund, it's holdings of individual stocks. Now, a lot of mutual funds continue to sort of aggregate into the same basic companies, and that's overlap risk. And with that in mind, then you may realize that you are 17% in Microsoft inside your portfolio. Well, we have benefited historically from the performance of Microsoft, but that's no guarantee for future performance. But if you're okay with that risk of the concentration risk, then that's okay. But if you don't know what you are concentrated in or the risk in which you are exposed to, that's not a very good feeling. Or if you don't even realize that that is a risk, then that's also another opportunity for you to say, you know what? I'm going to transform what I've been doing because it's not been working in the past, or I want to see exactly the value in which a licensed professional that is a registered investment advisor that has a fiduciary duty to act in my best interest, how they can help me. To start that conversation would be 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. So let's transform your portfolio management. Now, a lot of our listeners here on the Professional Edge earn a great rate of income, and they have not been contributing to their Roth IRA. Now, it's before the Congress on whether they're going to continue to allow the backdoor Roth contribution, meaning you directly cannot contribute to a Roth IRA because of the income limitation. But there's a 2-step process. It's all legal. It's called the backdoor Roth. Some of you might have heard about it, read about it in Kiplinger or on the internet. Well, it can be accomplished even if you're over the income limit, and therefore you should be contributing to your Roth IRA. It's plain and simple. You got to do a lot of small things to get the dramatic result or transform what you are actually doing. So that way, what is the sequence in which you make the contributions to your retirement? Well, you say, you know what, I have a 401k at work, and my strategy is to fully maximize my 401k, and that's my plan. If I do that and I have some extra dollars, then I put those in my savings account and I'm good. Well, I'm not sure that's the exact proper strategy, because what you should actually be doing is make the contribution to your 401k, get the match, then stop that contribution fully fund your Roth accounts, and then if there's any money left over, go back to your 401k. Now, how many of our listeners here on the Professional Edge do that? Probably not very many, because it takes effort. You have to transform your thinking. The easy button is, I'm going to continue to contribute to my 401k. It's automatic. It's through my W-2 withholding, and therefore it's easy. Well, you know what? If everything was so easy and the outcome was profound, then everyone would be multi-millionaires. Well, let's transform your thinking. Let's engage a licensed professional. Wow, that's a professional on that. I apologize for that. So when we look at that, let's engage a licensed professional to assist you, counsel you, guide you on the way to reducing your taxes. Number 1, making better investment decisions. And number 3, making the investment decisions in the proper vehicle. A lot of times we see unnecessary tax consequences for individuals that come in that have money in an after-tax brokerage account. Wow, it's churning off income. Well, they're not spending the income. It's staying there to be reinvested, but they're losing 30 cents on the dollar because they're having to claim that income on their tax return. We look at Schedule B as in boy. That's your interest and dividends, and lo and behold, it's generating. They're not spending any of it. They're paying tax on it. They're 30% going backwards. So being a licensed CPA, a tax attorney, a certified financial planner, we put all of these licensed disciplines to work for our clients at estate management counselors to transform what they're actually doing to add more value than the cost of our service. Well, you say, okay, I'm not going to pay you. Well, don't pay us, but look at the overall cost to you. If you don't get to that safe and secure retirement, you overpay the Internal Revenue Service and you don't know what's going on. What's that cost to you? Or what is the cost to not have your estate plan done? And now the law of descent and distribution comes into play, and your spouse is not going to receive 100% of your estate. Wake up. So that basically says law of descent and distribution, they get half straight off the top. That's fine. But then the other half is going to be split equally between your spouse and your children. And you say, wait a minute, my kids are young. Well, guess what? The probate court has a trust, which their share is going to go in trust. And when they reach the age of majority, they get a check. Carte blanche. There is no restriction. So now they can go blow a couple $100,000 at 18 or 21, depending on the state in which you reside for the age of majority. And there is absolutely nothing that surviving spouse can do to keep them from spending that money. So think about that. You don't have an estate plan in place. Your spouse is not going to receive 100% of your estate, even though that is your wish, your desire that the surviving spouse is to receive that. Now, that's probably not the plan in which you want to have take place. But if you're listening to the Professional Edge and you have no estate planning document in force or in effect, that's exactly what you are saying. So let's transform that. Let's actually get your estate plan in place. Let's get your retirement plan under wraps. And let's see if there's any way that you can dramatically reduce your taxes. Might not be just one thing, but if we can shave some taxes off some different areas in which you are earning your income or maximize your deductions, that all makes sense. It all adds up. That's all value. And we've combined those three things: your estate plan, your tax plan, and your retirement portfolio analysis, all in one set that is called the bundle. To get the information on that, to take advantage of the deep discount, yes, I believe in discounts. I like getting a bargain. I don't like fees. $2 will drive me crazy. That's my own downfall. I don't like miscellaneous nit-nat fees. So what we've done is we brought this down. If you were to engage us to individually complete each one of these, it would be north of $10,000. We have deeply discounted that to incentivize listeners here on the Professional Edge to get their estate plan done, get their tax planning done, and review their portfolio to transform where they are to where they should be. And the information on that is Echo Mary Charlie. That is emcthebundle.com. That is, again, Echo Mary Charlie thebundle.com, emcthebundle.com. So when we transform your portfolio management, as an independent registered investment advisor, we work on a fee basis. So what does that actually mean to you as a listener here on the Professional Edge? Well, that means that there are no commissions on what we recommend to our clients. So we're not selling anything. All you're getting is counsel and advice for the best interest of the client. That's different than what a stockbroker is. They only have to provide suitable recommendations. Well, think about this. It's your money. Would you want to have best interest advice or just suitable recommendations? Knowing me, I want the best interest on me. I don't want to be sold anything. I want to be counseled and advised. Just like when a plumber comes to the house, I want to know what my options are. Educate me. Give me the ability to make that decision. Arm me with the information. Then most of the time I defer to the professional licensed plumber to recommend what they would do in this circumstance. And again, it's the same thing. I mean, a lot of individuals for some reason think that they're going to do this investment and do their estate planning and do their tax planning all on their own. Well, I'm telling you, there's a reason why individuals with a lot of money work with licensed professionals, being a CPA, a tax attorney, a certified financial planner. We add value to what you're actually doing. So again, the challenge goes out to transform what you're doing. That's why I named this session Transform, to make a thorough or dramatic change in what you're actually doing. To get that conversation started, to transform things in 2022, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. 2021 is about out the door, so let's get ready to transform what you are actually doing in 2022. It's okay. We got to take that first step. First step is to give our office a call at 877-654-9798. Or go to emcthebundle.com. That is Echo Mary Charlie thebundle.com. I appreciate your time listening here on the Professional Edge. If this is a benefit to you, excellent. If you or a colleague that you may know could benefit from this too, just pass it on. Send them an email and say, hey, listen to this podcast as well, because now it's available on Apple. It's on Google Podcasts. So again, share us around professionaledge.com. That is, again, professionaledge.com. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, certified financial planner. Thanks for listening to the Professional Edge.